And he goes, I have to give you $12,500. And I said, this is a scam. He goes, it's not. And I'm like, it is. And he's like, no. He goes, no. He goes, I actually, when he was on the phone with them, they asked for his email and he gave it to them.
Oh my God.
They're now using AI to generate from our 74th District Court or 18th. They're putting right on there, they got a copy of one of our old warrants or somebody that had one. They put your name on it, and this one was signed by Judge Wood from our courts with his name. And he goes, they emailed me. I mean, I got an indictment. It's a warrant. I saw it. And I'm like, shit. No. It's not. It's a scam. So we looked into it. But that's that AI now. When they're using that artificial intelligence, they can do it, and you can believe it. Where they go, what you need to know with that stuff, I'll call you back. I don't call you to make an appointment to come arrest you. I do it when it's convenient for me. I don't do it when it's convenient. We just show up. It's called the element of surprise, and we want it on our side if we're taking somebody into custody. So I said, you're never going to get a call where we're going to say, like, what's a good time? Are you there Tuesday? Can we try Wednesday? Wednesday, will you be home? And what time? Because we need to arrest you. We're just going to show up. But with this one, because it's getting so good, he said when I pulled in your lot to turn himself in, because he said, I don't have the money to pay that. He said, so I just wanted to come down here. He was trying to get off the phone with him, though. He said, can I call Troy? He goes, I actually know the sheriff. He goes, can I call him right now and I'll get back? Nope. They said, this isn't his division. That's weird. And then he said, well, can I call an attorney or my wife? No. Can I tell you you can't talk to an attorney? I mean, that's one of your rights. I can't take that right away from you. So that's another flag. That's another flag that this is a scam. And then when he pulled in the lot at the sheriff's department, they said, no, you can't leave your car there. And so now he thought they were watching him. And they saw him. And they said, get back in your car. We're not going to leave it here. You're going to be in jail for 10 to 12 days. You got to make arrangements to get your car over there. Are you sure this is how you want this to go? And he walked in anyways. Now they're listening, right? Because you haven't been able to hang up that phone. So they're good enough to hear him shut off his car, get out, shut the door, and they just called his bluff, but it scared the living heck out of him. And then he ended up inside, and he really thought he was going to jail. Don't do that. If they call, you can never, and I would say that if it really was me, I'd say, I think this is a scam. I'm calling you back. And I would actually say, go ahead. I would let you call back in. But with AI and all this stuff, they spoof this number now. So the sheriff department number is legitimately 895-4050. And we run you through this huge trunk line trying to get people. And there's kind of a method to our madness with that too. But if you call in, so I had another guy came in, and I'll let you use your imagination, but he was on a site on the internet that he probably shouldn't have been, or at least his wife would have went on, is what they alleged. Now that is everybody every day of the week. A few years ago, if you wanted to go buy a new pair of shoes, or running shoes or something, you Googled Dix.com. You didn't get the sporting goods store all the time. So the way that's done, so now if somebody calls you and they're like, you've been on a site you weren't supposed to be, you're like, you got a good 50-50 chance with people in today's world. So this guy bit into that, actually went down and got these prepaid Visa cards, gave this number up to the tune of $3,500. Then came into your sheriff's department. I see him in the lobby, and he's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, what? He's like, I already paid you $3,500. I said, wait, hold on. I said, you what? I said, I don't know you. And I said, you have not given me money. He goes, you're the sheriff, right? You're Sheriff Cunningham? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I paid you. And I said, sir, no police officer can take money from you. That's the easiest thing with scams. You can't get a call from law enforcement to get money. But this guy had given these people $3,500. And once you give them anything, they're coming again. And they're going to get more from you. So he had done that. He's down there. He says, yeah, Troy Cunningham, the sheriff. He goes, you called me. That's what it was. And he said, you know, it's your number. And we're talking, and I'm trying to make him understand that this is a scam and stuff. The phone rings. It's my number. It's 895-4050 at the sheriff's office, in the sheriff's office. I'm with this guy. I said, answer that. And I said, do it on speaker. And he did. And this guy identifies himself as me. He says, this is Sheriff Troy Cunningham, and I'm with somebody, and we're about 20 minutes from your house. If we don't have that money, you will be arrested for missing jury duty. And I said, who is this? And he said, who is this? I said, this actually is Sheriff Troy Cunningham. He said to me without skipping a beat, he goes, sir, it's a felony to impersonate an officer. And I said, it absolutely is. Why don't you come down to 503 3rd Street and we'll talk about this and see how it goes. And then that phone went click.
Yeah.
But they are that good. I mean, they are so brazen, and they will push you to that point. It's a scam. When you leave law enforcement, if you go to IRS, they don't do it that way. You didn't miss something. Medicare, they don't do it that way. That stuff is coming through the mail. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but nobody in here won shit that you didn't try to win. You know, if you were at your church or at your club or something and you bought a ticket for that grill we're giving away, you have a ticket, you're supposed to be called on this date, and that's probably legit. If not, you didn't just win something that you never tried to win. You know, if you don't have a legit ticket, these are scams, but they're getting so good at it because the algorithms and the stuff that's out there. And you can always hang up and call back, but they won't let you. They are going to push you, and that's another way to tell it's a scam. If they stay on you and are forcing you, that's another indicator that this is a scam coming in BS.
My parents and that, my mom played along with it, but she didn't do anything and act on it, is they had gotten a call saying that one of my nephews was in jail because he needed money. And my dad called, and you know, that him, he's like, no, I'm at work. So they knew that he was at work, and this person was indicating that he was in jail.
Yeah.
You know, like.
It's the same with the crash. There's that one that says that they know names, they know Facebook. We can shop you. Half the people are putting most of their lives out on Facebook, which is not good because the bad guys are looking at it. But there's some where they'll say, you know, your grandson James is in the back of the ambulance and he got in a car crash and he can't talk right now because his nose is broke or he's intubated or whatever it is. You need to wire $10,000 to the hospital before the doctor can do the surgery. Take a minute and think about that. What doctor is going to be like, is the money in my account yet? Well, he's going to die. So.
I know a couple, but
I'm not, right? But I mean, that's not the way our medical system. They're going to render
They
an
have
aid
to take
first.
and they have to treat you.
Yeah,
No matter what.
what.
You walk in, they need to be.
Exactly.
You need to be treated.
Exactly.
So
you think about that, and even if not, before you start giving people your hard-earned money, call your grandkid or call somebody else or do that. Like, hey, they're at work or they're here. Take that. There's no rush on this. You worked very hard for your money. Keep it. You know, it's bad. And I want to, just before I forget too, again with artificial intelligence right now, between TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Discord, all these different things these kids are on, if I get 3 seconds of your voice, I will become you. They can capture that. Just, you know, you're on there saying what a great time you're having somewhere. 3 seconds of you talking, and now I can type and change that into anything. So now it does sound like I'm talking to Bern Ryder. And it's so bad, some people now are coming up with some other stupid word, like with their kids saying, you know, if I ever call you, as long as your kids don't live in another state, but if I call you, and you know, one thing we're always going to say on the phone from now on is like, how's the weather? And if it's, you know, or just always say the opposite of what it is outside. You know, if it's really sunny outside, say it's raining here. And then at least I know that's you I'm talking to. You know, have it something that should be a different answer, or have a number, or have something to validate that I'm actually talking to the person. This is pathetic that our world has come to this, but it's where we are with this artificial intelligence and these crimes that are coming up, and the way they can take people and make pictures of them. It's very, very scary, and I don't know where the future's going with it. Don't give your money away. If you miss jury duty, I actually talked to Judge Wood because her name was on this warrant thing, and I just wanted to let her know it was going around. And I wanted to check. And that's what it is. Jury duty, first thing they do is they send you a mailer. And then you got to call for jury duty. If you miss that, they actually send you a certified letter that you have to sign for that says you missed jury duty. If you ignore that letter, they issue a show cause where you got to go before the judge. If you still don't show up, they still don't call you. They just issue a warrant. So you're going to have to get with us on a traffic stop. I mean, that's just the way warrants work. So I can't stress that enough to talk to people because it's sickening how many residents in Bay County have lost their life savings to scams. It's pathetic. And when it goes, most of these are offshore places and we can never get it back. FBI can't even prosecute with that international on a lot of those. I mean, you're done. So take that chance. And at the end of the day, now after being around me, if you come to jail, I'll give you a nice place and I'll get you a blanket and stuff. So even tell them, I'm not worried about it. I'm hooked up at the jail and I'll see you in a few days. What time you guys going to be here? They aren't going to show up. But is there anything I missed?
As you get older, you want to try to have a little fun in your life. Get a call, says my warranty is up on my vehicle.
Yeah.
What's that? I said, I just got it delivered today. Yeah, the vehicle is. I said, Ego.
It's an illegal.
Amigo.
Medicaid, Medicare. I'll end up getting one for alert. Why do I need one when I'm only 32 years of age? They'll hang up.
Yeah.
And then your call blocker. The new state of Oregon, you can get them from Amazon for about $100. But it's got about 10,000 numbers in there already pre-put in. And what I like about this one is I can block another 1,000 myself. And with that, it also tells me how many spam attacks I have on my filter. Which I can
The
delete.
call blockers.
Yeah.
And it's the best. Can't beat it. And then if you have people coming up on your property, I got one sign. There's no stupid people allowed me on this property. And since then, I have nobody coming out. So it tells me about the neighborhood, right?
There you go. Have you guys got anything else? Any other questions?
I wanted to make sure that everybody knows this is actually hit our township board where our emails were actually accessible to the public, and a senior person got an email from me, the supervisor, to say I wanted to share with the commission some gift cards. So the person went and bought 5 Apple gift cards from Meyer, and all that she did was took pictures of them, sent them to the person, and lost $500 instantly. So anytime you share your email or your information online, be very careful. This person came to the office and she was trying to do a great thing for the commission. She was asking, she goes, Brad, I did this. And I'm like, that wasn't for me. So instantly embarrassment, which she shouldn't have been, because I called Troy and said, what do we do in this situation? There isn't much. She reported it, that's it. But Apple ended up giving her her money back, thank God. But this is real. It's scams are out there to go after the public. So just us having our information as elected officials on our township website makes vulnerability to our citizens. Because these emails that do come up, they're not our official emails, but yet it looks like it's from us, but it's not. But the embarrassment that person faced is very sad because she felt she should have called me because when she came to say, hey, I sent these to you, and it wasn't me, but they'd already been cashed. So
It's
very real. And
terrible.
Thank
It's
you
out there.
for presenting this. Troy.
No, I like doing it, and it's gonna get bad. And I hate sitting here in front of you, but I know one other thing that happens, like MSA, Michigan Sheriff's Association. Those little stickers are cool for the back of your car. Just grab my business card. It'll mean just as much if you get pulled over to say, he made me sit through one of his talks. Don't give that money to the MSA or any, because anymore, you really, and I hate saying that, I do, because it's a good cause for them down there, but you don't know if it's a scam, and you have to give out your information, and it's just, it's not worth it anymore, because you really don't know who you're talking to, and just like Brad said, they can get so good now that you give it out and you have good intentions, but I mean, how many, you guys gotta like me by now, so I mean, how many has so much money they just want to give it away to somebody? Right? You wouldn't do that, you wouldn't do that with somebody you liked. These people are not from our country, most of them, and they are bad, bad people that are gonna make you feel bad, and they're going to exploit you, they're gonna take your money, and once they get it once, they're gonna take more. Don't be afraid. You met me. I'm not a bad guy. If you get arrested, I'm not going to hurt you. I mean, don't just take your chances with us coming to arrest you before you fall for these scams and think, oh man, it's legit. You know, that's the sheriff department number. It's fake. They can spoof that number, they call it. They're calling from a phone that's prepaid. They bought it like a Walmart or got offline or something, and it's not trackable. And you are going to be out whatever it is. Or please, take my card, and if you think you're getting scammed, just call me and say, like, and if they don't let you hang up, it's definitely a scam. If they say, nope, you can't hang up or you're in more trouble yet. What are you, my parent? You know, shut up.
A lot of times I hang up.
Yes,
Yeah.
They won't let you off. They keep going, and I just,
Or act like you're crazy if you talk to them. Or do it, literally. Tell them you're deputy whatever. Use my last name, I don't care. And just say, you know, you're talking to Sheriff Cunningham. This is really weird. And I'm telling you, they're going to swear at you and they hang up on you. It happens all the time. But don't. You people work way too hard for your money to be giving it away to these idiots. And the sad part is, and what I hate as your sheriff, I can't get it back. You know, we just can't. You're just out. So think, you know, use those pens or grab one of those pens, right? If you're writing checks and anything else. Is there anything else that's on your mind that I didn't cover that I couldn't cover?
Quick question, do you have like a deputy that's assigned to like fraud and stuff where we're not sure if something's going on where we can call them out some questions off of them and see if there is actually something going on there or?
Yep. We got Detective Sergeant Pat Woody in the back, and right now Van Horn's in the back. But if you called either of them, and they have a detective meeting they house, so we do work pretty good with all the other agencies around. Like the state shows up, we do it. We try to stay up on what new scams are and stuff. I just popped into the detective meeting they had the other day with all of them. One of the state guys said they're seeing a lot with Bitcoin, where you can put your money into the ATM and buy Bitcoin because these people want those numbers. So I mean, it's out there. If you're buying Bitcoin now after this and doing all these scams, I'm going to be mad at you. Because I'm like, it's all BS right now. Just don't give your dang money away.
There's a fire association.
I just give them the money directly.
That's great, or if you mail it. I mean, at this point, I would rather do that. We just had, somebody brought down an envelope with cash in it that they had us deliver because they knew somebody had lost somebody. And they said, we don't want them to know it's coming from us. Will you just, and so half of it, no. We actually sent one of the deputies out, and I was just, you know, we counted when they brought it up, and I'm like, no, and they're like, oh, it's good. Just, I said, no, we're not going to do it this way. I said, you know, let us count it. And we had the girls up in records with us, and we went through it, and we put in one of the other envelopes. Then we had a dep just run it up to her house and make a delivery, and said, you know, this was just anonymously dropped off at the front. Use us for stuff. I mean, not every little GoFundMe, but if there's something going up, it's just scary. Like you're saying, I mean, you put your stuff out on the internet, and it's too late for most because we're already out there. And like I said, you can get information, but this is funny. I'm gonna say it. I was just talking to somebody from another agency, and there was two sergeants in an office, and they took a picture of the two sergeants sitting next to each other. And the sergeant I was talking